Hi everybody, it's Gail, Shabby Cottage Studio. I am so happy to be here. It's been a hot minute since I've done a video. I had a month last month that was just a month, and it kept me from being in the studio, and I had to put some projects on hold to get other things taken care of. So it's good to, as they say, get back in the saddle again. Since these have been sitting on my work table for a bit, I may not remember whose designs I use, digital designs, but I will be sure to put their names in the description box below. And if there is anyone in particular that you are wondering where it came from, just drop me a comment in the box, and I will do my best to help you. And if you give me a timestamp, it will be easier for me to find that image, and then I can go look it up for you. So I've got these three, and we're going to go through them as quick as possible so this doesn't take too long, and we'll do this one first. This one, I've just got a little sari silk as a closure, and I've done a little collage on top of a digital postcard image. And this image is definitely from Ruby and Pearl, her Flower Sellers kit, which I absolutely love. The past couple months I've really been enjoying black and whites and sepia illustrations. And you'll see some probably in most of these journals, I think. And then a little floral behind that. Just did a simple collage, and got some vintage lace on the spine, and the back is just fairly plain. There are 52 pages in these booklets, front and back, and they're approximately 5 inches by 4 inches. Oh gosh, I don't even remember that. Let me double check. Almost 4 inches, and about 4 7/8, so call it 4 by 5. When you open it, I've got a vintage lace pocket on the inside cover, and here I've done a very pale embossing with some texture paste, but I kept it very thin. It's not a real deep or heavy embossing. It's very thin. And then I know that this is from Ruby and Pearl. And then I've got a thing for swans, so this image definitely called to me. There is some embossed paper on this, and it's just a journal card. And like I said, I will put designers in the description box below. This designer, I'm sorry, my deepest apologies for my brain just doesn't work that well anymore, but her images are to die for. And then I've done a little pocket here with some antique French book page, and I did some more embossing. This is a little thicker texture paste. And inside, just a couple journal cards, kind of a Polaroid photo, and this one again I do know is Ruby and Pearl, part of her Flower Sellers collection. This is, I've kept this very plain. There's just a few pockets and cards in the pockets, so there's plenty of room for you to decorate and or write or both, whatever you want to do. Just some tea-stained paper. Here is some antique German book page. And here is a little side tuck with a journal card. That's amazing. Paris, it's an omnibus automobile. And then this beautiful rose. So I just slipped those into the side tuck, and we've got a pretty floral paper, and then some avocado stained paper. More antique French book page, tea dyed paper. Here is a page from, what do you call it? Shorthand. A vintage shorthand book that I have. This is one of those little Tim Holtz paper clips, and that's just holding. I've got this page. Let me take this off. I've got this page folded back to make a little pocket or a little tuck, and then just a couple of rose images that I have tucked inside that, and the paper clip is just holding it there. More tea-stained paper, a little doily, vintage book page. This is digital from Roxy Creations. One of my favorites. I believe this is Ruby and Pearl. One of my favorites. More book page. There's the other doily. Tea-stained paper. Here's another. This is one of those Tim Holtz paper clips. And another fold. And then I've stuck in, this is one of my images. And then this one of these ladies in a field. I think they're having a flower party. Again, another paper clip from Tim Holtz, tiny paper clip. And book page, vintage book page. This is the from the shorthand book. And then we've got a couple more images, and I've just tucked those in there. There's the shorthand, more vintage book page. That's the other side of the avocado dyed paper, and the other side of the vintage German book page. This is antique French page, book page. This is 1700s. It is rag paper. It is absolutely delicious. And I think there was, I thought there was another one, maybe not. Okay, I guess not. This is the only one in there that's from the 1700s. On the back, I folded the bottom up to make a little pocket. I left this end open. You can glue it or do anything you want to close it or leave it open. I added some embossed paper on top of the pocket. This is this more of those vintage Paris images I really like. And then some lovely roses. Tuck that in. And then this is the back page. Another, that's the rest of that vintage lace like I had in the front. And again, the stenciling, the embossed stenciling, very thin. And another swan image. And then this is an image from Ruby and Pearl. And this is just some vintage wallpaper that I have. So that is the first booklet. The second booklet is tied up with some aged seam binding. Another Ruby and Pearl image. And some vintage cotton fabric on the spine, and then a piece of vintage lace over it. That is the back. Love this image. So again, when you open it, all of these have pretty much the same as far as pockets on the inside, front, and back cover. There's some more of that embossed stenciling, and then some images. This is not vintage lace, it's new lace, but it's beautiful. This is some of that antique French book page, and I've done some embossed stenciling there also. And then again, this page was long, and I folded it up to the back and made a little tuck. I added some vintage wallpaper that I have on top of the antique rag paper. And then I added these two images. This is another image from Ruby and Pearl's Flower Lady collection. Isn't she beautiful? So those go inside this pocket. And again, I left the end open so the new owner can do whatever they like with it. Avocado dyed paper, vintage German paper, doily. Essentials of Latin for Beginners. This is a vintage textbook. More tea dyed paper folded over to the back to make another little tuck or pocket. And then I just added, this is actually from a paper bag that I added onto the pocket. And then these two images. Now some of these are on cardstock. Let's see. Some of these are on cardstock. And some of these I just left paper. I usually use for something like this 32-pound paper, and so it's ready to do whatever you want with it. If you want to back it, if you want to make it into a tag, a journal card, whatever, decorate with it, it's ready. And so I didn't want to assume that you might want every image on cardstock, so I kind of did both. Like these two, these are both just 32-pound paper. I love this, love it. Her too, but I love that. Of course, if you all know me by now, you know I'm all about the flowers. And again, this is the, I want to say speed writing, not speed writing. Shorthand book. And then I just added a little piece of embossed paper there. Again, pocket is open on the end. Just more tea-dyed paper, stained paper, vintage book page. Another, that's an image from Roxy Creations, and the back of it. This is done on cardstock. This is a digital reproduction, as is this, and this is the center. It is done on cardstock. I kind of like putting cardstock in the middle of my journals just to help, I don't know, help steady, that's not the word I want, just to help give it some strength. Give the journal some strength. I don't even know if that's the right word, but I'm sure you know what I mean because you guys are smart. This is I think it's called Plain Backgrounds, and it's from Rachel at Roxy Creations. I just love that. More digitals. Vintage book page. Oops. Again, just folded up the bottom of this page to the back, made a pocket, added another one of those Paris images, and then just some decorative papers. And another pocket here, another swan, and a beautiful lady. Book page, doily, stained paper, German book page, avocado dyed paper, the other part of that antique French book page, and just a simple little collage on top of the pocket. And then this is an authentic piece of French tax document. And then this I know is Ruby and Pearl because I love this image. And then on the back page is more of that beautiful lace and a couple of more images. So that is that booklet journal. And last but not least, again, some aged, no, that is not seam binding, that's sari silk, some sari silk. And I did a collage on the front. This one I did not put anything on the spine, and that is the back. These are all, I don't know if I mentioned it, these all have a 3-hole binding on them. This inside pocket is a vintage kind of a peachy pink lace with, again, the stenciling. And then these two images. This one I added to just a piece of stained paper I had dyed with some different colors. So you can see there, you know, the images are different, but pretty much as far as the inner workings, they're all pretty much the same. Again, antique book page and textured stenciling. Pocket on the back. These are the images in that pocket. I did just simple little collage on top of the pocket. My hands are dry today. This is some of that French tax document. This is authentic. Digital, avocado, German text page. You get the drift, right? This one I just folded over, made a little tuck spot out of this this book page, and then added a couple of beautiful images there. And just tuck those right in. I'm just, you know, you don't need me to explain everything really. After I did the first one, they're pretty much all the same. These I know are from Ruby and Pearl. I think it's her Les Femmes collection. They're all illustrations, and I love them. Just love them. Here's another little fold over tuck. Oh, look, more swans. Who would guess? And then the image of the lady holding the rose. I love swans. Many, many years ago, I found a wooden swan sculpture, like in an antique store, of different colors, and I just glommed onto that thing. I carried it home on a plane. I loved it so much. And the back of the swan is a bowl, and it's just something that has sat on my dresser for all those years. Just love it. I never tire of it. Here's another pocket. Here's some more of that authentic tax document. Oh, this one opens up like so. And then a reproduction digital postcard, German book page, digital. This is more of that tax document. It's washi tape, stained paper. Here we have another book page, the antique French book page. And this pocket, I just added some beautiful floral paper on top of it. And then these are the two images that are inside the pocket. I love this one, the three young ladies. They're out in the field. They're having a flower party too. I want to join them. And then the back page pocket, same laces in the front. And again, just black and white illustration. This is Graphics Fairy, I do believe. And then this, I think, is Ruby and Pearl. So those go in the back pocket. And that's it. Those are my 3 booklet journals. And I never try and tie this stuff up on camera because it's hard enough to tie it just here alone by myself. So when you see this video, these will be in my Etsy shop. Like I said, I'm just really happy to be back. I'm glad to see you guys. And I hope you all are doing well and things are going good for you. And yeah, that's it. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.